Bribe.
The president received a bribe, and we need to impeach him now.
Yep.
We need to put him out of office. He must resign. It's a bribe.
Can I tell you?
That's the level of discussion we should be having.
Yep. By the way, you retweeted our friend Allison Gill, who just said, I'm not a lawyer, nor do I work for the New York Times, but I'm pretty sure corruption does not require an explicit quid pro quo. I mean, well, there always is one with Trump. But yeah, just taking the jet. And as we keep saying, even if it were a gift to the United States, it would be a bad idea. But it's for him, and he gets to keep it. And of course, there's reporting.
Yeah, but you have. Yeah. Okay, the scandal there is this New York Times journalist going by the definition that was carved out by the Supreme Court, who just recently ruled that, you have to show a quid pro quo. Do they not understand what corrupt influences and practices are? You don't have to have a quid pro quo. I will do anything, he's pretty much saying, I'll do anything Qatar wants or whoever the highest bidder wants if you give me these cool things. And here's the New York Times, mediocre white guys pandering for Donald Trump, who they would have savaged if it was Joe Biden. They would have called for immediate impeachment and gotten it if it was Barack Obama.
Oh, are we going back to when the black guy did it? Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call an audible. I'm sorry. Yes, all right. Okay, hold on, please. Okay. Yes, we're back to yes, if Barack Obama had done it, right. If Barack Obama, the black guy. Okay, never mind. Yeah, just speaking of the Supreme Court, this headline just made my head explode. Rule of law is endangered, says John Roberts.
What? Really?
Now a warning?
Yeah, great. Whose rule and whose law?
Now, a warning?
If he's saying that, I find it fascinating that the Supreme Court justice that literally sided with the ruling to make the president of the United States an imperial president, to make him literally a king who cannot be charged with anything, who cannot be convicted of anything, whose very act of waking and breathing and living is crime-free. That what is Roberts waiting for? Is he now suddenly afraid he's going to get thrown into an ice gulag? They've brought up charges on that judge in where is it, in Wisconsin?
Yeah, Judge Hannah. They've indicted, the federal grand jury indicted the Wisconsin judge arrested by the FBI, Judge Hannah Dugan.
So maybe judges don't have immunity. Maybe he should have ruled for that. Yeah. But now, the proof is in the pudding. He has made him a dictator, Mad King Donald the Last, I hope. And now a warning?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, that was my point. Now a warning?
Now a warning?
I know. And speaking of New York Times and immunity, you retweeted today the New York Times publishes an investigation into Trump meme coin and how it has turned into an extraordinary venue for foreign influence campaigns. What we're seeing is potentially corrupt attempts to change U.S. policy by paying the Trump family money. I mean, they went to only the three countries that the Trump family has deals in. This was not a trip for the United States, right?
Let me tell you, that is an anchor of what's happening there for the future Trump regime and for the Trump organization. They want every damn dollar back in space. Donald Trump has made over $1 billion a month for the Trump organization, which just a couple of years ago was going through criminal indictment for fraud. It is now the official policy of the United States that they make money and we get screwed and we take food out of the mouths of children and eliminate school lunches. I'm sorry, people. It is time for that people-powered uprising I keep talking about. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the video by John Leguizamo?
No.
Calling on people to start accounting names and start saying it's the machine under Trump and that they must all be held accountable and not in a truth and reconciliation process, or conference at the end of this, that entire process must be torn down and those people individually must be held accountable so this can never happen again. And more importantly, the gang Democrats, when you take Congress back, would you please turn into unimmutable law that this stuff is all a felony crime.
Thank you. Yep, absolutely. I have to say, Chuck Schumer found a Chuck Schumer did something. He put a hold. He put a hold on all DOJ nominees over the Qatari jet. I mean, there's got to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he send a strong letter with it?
No, he actually did something. I got to give him credit. Give me this is Chuck Schumer yesterday. Yeah.
By putting a hold, we'll be able to debate it. We'll be able to vote on these nominees. And I think the more sunlight that's brought to this issue, they didn't want to make it public, the greater the public outcry there will be. And hopefully that will persuade this administration to not do this, not only dumb idea, but dangerous idea.
Okay.
Talking about, he did something. He put a hold. He didn't just write a letter.
That's how you legislate.
He said this is not just naked corruption. It's also a grave national security threat. Until the American people learn the truth about this deal, the Qatari plane, I'll do my part to block the galling and truly breathtaking politicization of the DOJ. We will take it. We'll take it. Maybe he put his glasses all the way up on his face. We will take it.
But you know what? I would rather at this point jump right into that Arctic frozen ocean behind me until I can start hearing people say, not it's a gift, not it's an airplane.
Bribe.
The president received a bribe, and we need to impeach him now.
Yep.
We need to put him out of office. He must resign. It's a bribe.
Can I tell you?
That's the level of discussion we should be having.
Yep.
Not let's debate if it's illegal or if it violates the Emoluments Clause. Geez, people, get it together.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. And by the way, one more, if Biden had, Chris Jackson said, a very confused Trump just saluted Saudi military officials at the royal court in Riyadh, a blatant breach of U.S. presidential protocol. Imagine for 1 second if Joe Biden had done that. Fox News would have a week-long meltdown and demand hearings. Or, to your point, if the black guy had done it, I mean...
When the black guy did it.
Okay. But speaking of which, you also retweeted Trump's efforts to resettle white African farmers were inspired by Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin. In 2018, Putin was luring white South African farmers to rural Russia to stay permanently. I mean, we see you. It's not immigration. It's white people that are okay with.
Because, the people who own 80% of the land in South Africa are so oppressed. They're so oppressed that they still own everything in that country.
Yeah.
And Trump believes these just patent lies from Elon Musk that these are the most oppressed people. But, I saw a video the other day of a guy whose wife was South African who came here and said, the real slaves are these people who have just taken U.S. citizenship here. And let me tell you something about South Africans. Been there, met these people. They're going to act as dual citizens. Mm-hmm. They're going to bounce back and forth between the United States.
Sure are.
And they're going to find out, though, that the blacks here ain't going to play the game that they think that those people in South Africa are doing. The first time they give lip, they're going to find out what it's like to live in America with people who are really free, who didn't just get emancipated a couple of dozen years ago.
Yep.
They're going to find out what 250 years, some odd years of we're not taking your South African lip here is like.
Yeah.
And mark my words, they'll be on TikTok and YouTube regretting, I should have stayed in Johannesburg. I should have stayed in Cape Town. I can't afford the United States. You'll see that any minute now.
Yeah, the black leopard ate my face. Okay. Listen, as cold as it looks there, I can't emphasize how hot you look. I mean, it looks super cold.
It's only
a lot of the ladies want to go keep Malcolm Nance
warm.
It's
only like
right
35 there, right? It's actually kind of
warm. Thank you, Arcteryx. Right now, it's 31.
Okay.
It's going to get to 36 today, y'all. I'm going out on the ocean, so it's going to be cold.
All right. Stay safe, sailor. In America, personal religious beliefs should be just that, personal. But today, Christian nationalism is on the rise, threatening separation of church and state. Laws are being passed based on religious doctrine instead of reason, eroding our rights and freedoms in legislatures, public schools, even in courtrooms. One set of religious beliefs is being forced onto everyone else, but that's not what our founders intended. The Freedom from Religion Foundation is fighting back as the nation's leading group of free thinkers working to keep religion out of government. FFRF protects your right to think for yourself. Whether you've always been secular, left religion behind, or simply believe in true religious freedom for everyone. If we don't stand up now, we may lose our religious freedoms. Join FFRF in defending our secular constitution and keeping faith a personal choice, not a government mandate. Visit ffrf.us/freedom to learn more, become a member, or text my last name Miller to 511-511, because in a truly free country, no one's faith should dictate everyone's future. Text Miller to 511-511 today.